Oviedo, a beautiful town with amazing history and a club the world of football came together to save. They've given us so many amazing Spanish talents over the years, but never quite hit the heights themselves. We're here to change that. Welcome to the Real Oviedo story. Right, so here's our owner. He's got a good feeling about me, which is nice. He wants us to be promoted. Okay, Mr. Slim. I guess we'll... You don't really argue with the richest man in the world, do you? Let's be honest. Right, and so in all honesty, this is probably the strongest team I can put out. I think areas that I definitely need to look at improving would be defensive midfield, right back, right mid, and the centre half areas of the pitch are definite priorities. Right, so we've released a fair few of the older players in the team to make way for young, fresh blood in the team. This is a development club and we're going to stick to the morals of this club and bring as many young players in as we can. Obviously we're going to bring some experience in as well, but we've got to focus on youth and paving the way for the next generation of Spanish football. And with that in mind, we're looking at this young Spanish defender called Jorge Murray. And he's only 20 years old. He's already a very good defender, a good ball winner, good in the air as well. And if we can work on his pace a little bit, as well as just his general all-round defending, we've got a very good defender on our hands here. So this is the deal we're looking to give him. We've brought his wages all the way down to around about £15,000 a week. On a 3-year contract, I'm quite happy with that. Keep him at the club, develop him. We've got an appearance bonus of €900 per game and a pretty high win bonus of 3.6 thousand, which I'm happy to do. If he wins us games, by all means, he can have that bonus. And we've bumped his release fee up to 13 million. It was at around about 10 or 11. So if he's going to have one in there, we're going to make sure that we can get that as high as possible. And from what the agent says, he will happily take these terms all day. So we're going to go with it. We've also done a similar deal for Ascasibar, who is an incredible young defensive midfielder from Argentina. So we're going to be bringing him in on this sort of deal here. 3-year contract, 25 grand a week. Not too shabby at all. This is great business. We've also got him on an incredibly high goal bonus. Because he's a midfielder, obviously he has the propensity to occasionally chip in with goals. If he does, he'll get 8,500. But the chances of that happening are quite slim. But the fact that we put that in his contract has made him very happy. We're bumping his release clause up to 23 million. So if we do have to let go of him, we're going to get a pretty penny in return. We're also having a look at Iturbe, who, despite all his talents, is massively out of favour at Roma. So we're going to see if we can give him a chance to resurrect his career following his release. See if he'll come to the second string of Spanish football. Right, so all our offers have been accepted. We haven't negotiated with Giorza yet, just because these guys are higher priorities for me. Obviously being better players and very good prospects. I think the players that I want most are going to be Iturbe and Ascasibar. So I'm going to go for Iturbe first, accept these terms. He's happy. We've got Iturbe. God knows how, but we'll take that. And also Ascasibar will be a phenomenal addition to the midfield here at the club. So we will bring him in as well. That is a brilliant bit of free transfer business there. Right, so now I need to free up some space to bring in Jorge Murray and Giorza. Time to release some more old heads from the team. Right, so this guy Fernandez, he's on a salary of 348,000 per year, and he's going to be at the club for another 2 years. He's not very good now. He's 32 years old. He's declining like there's no tomorrow. It would be way better for us just to let go of him as well. We'll pay him out of the transfer budget, that's fine, but we're freeing up some wages back into that salary budget. We need to get to around about 1.5 million in salary budget to bring in the people that we want. So yeah, we've got to be kind of ruthless with this. We've got this centre forward here, VT Rosada, who's on 171,000, and he's 27 years old, but he's completely plateaued at level 62 overall. He's not very good. He's declining. He can go. Now, unfortunately, as much as I would love to keep him and give him one last final hurrah, Madonna Mariga's also got to go. He's on way too much money for a player that is just declining horribly. It's clear that his career is coming to an end, so why are we sticking around clogging up the wage bill with someone who's not really going to provide us with much quality overall? Au revoir. Now, there is this player here, Toshe. He's an interesting one. He is the club captain, kind of the club hero, really, and he is our best striker. However, he's 34 years old, obviously not getting any better, declining at a fair rate now, and he's got a fair, decent salary available to him. So what I'm going to do is make him available for transfer. If someone comes in, great. If they don't, towards the end of the transfer window and I still haven't achieved my targets, I'll probably sell him and try and bring in another striker as well with the salary money that's there. And here is our big signing, as Kasibar has joined the club. An incredible, incredible signing for Real Oviedo. Alright, we've got enough to sign Jorge Murray, so we're going to do that business just so that we've got him ready in the squad before the first game of the season. We're also looking at Zivkovic as a potential replacement for Toshe should we have to get rid of him. I think he'd be a very, very good replacement. He's a good finisher. He's quick, he's strong, he's tall, pretty technically gifted as well. So I'm looking forward to bringing him in if he is the guy to use. Alright, and here we are, Real Oviedo versus Lorca FC. It is our first game of the season. Let's see the squad that we're going to go in there with. So this is our setup. It's a fluid setup, and nothing too crazy. In terms of the form, it's all right. Toshe is not on the greatest form, which isn't ideal if we're being perfectly honest. We're going to stick with him because he is the best that we have by some distance. And I think he can still do a job. We've got Fabrini, we've got Iturbe, we've got Niguez in there as well, also providing attacking threats. So hopefully we can get the job done. Let's do this. Alright, here we go. Real Oviedo versus Lorca FC. Teams lined up in the tunnel. Toshe leading the team out in what should be a very interesting season. A sea of blue here for Oviedo. There we go, the Real Oviedo faithful, ready for the start of a new season, full of hope of promotion. Big signing there, Iturbe will be a big part of that. Right. And we are underway for the first time in this series. Let's hope we can deliver greatness. At the very, very least, keep our jobs. A very cautious approach from Oviedo right now. Fabrini, Toshe, Ramon Fulch, Niguez, Ascasibar, Toshe shoots. Oh, he's cracked it under the bar. We nearly scored without the opposition having a single touch. Oh, Niguez, great feet there from him. Whips it in. Fabrini. Yes! There we go. The opposition literally only had one touch of the ball. We managed to get it into the back of the net, and Fabrini starts our series off with a bang. Opens his account, and that is the first goal of this Real Oviedo series. So if nothing else, he will make history purely just for that. And we are off to a flyer. Let's have a look at that again. It was a great play there on the wing. A great lofted cross and a free header pretty much. No challenge from the defenders. They've got to be upset with themselves for that. Excellent cross. And the only man who rose in the box, and it's a great header to be fair. It's a very good header. And he stopped in his tracks this time. Couldn't quite beat the right back with the level of ease he did in the first half. Ascasibar. Very composed in midfield. Ascasibar again doing a fantastic job in midfield. Completely controlling that area. Fabrini now. Oh, and he just couldn't keep hold of the ball, didn't have the strength. But Forlan sees them out. And a good clearance there. Oof. Okay, we're under a bit of pressure here. Lorca are starting to get into the game here. Starting to pump the ball in towards our 18-yard box. And they're having shots. They're causing problems for us. Smart play from him. Oviedo look to keep the ball here. And oh, he's won a free kick there from Juan Pepina. There might be a card coming out of the pocket here. There is, it's a yellow. He flung an arm into the face of the young left winger from Oviedo. Oh, it's an elbow to the face there. That could have been a different colour card. But now our Niguez steps up to take the free kick that he won. Lofts it in well. Iturbe! Oh, it's 2-0. A fantastic goal. Iturbe pops up with a goal on his debut. He's been absolutely silent all game. But if he can keep popping up with contributions like that every time he's in the box, they will not complain about that whatsoever. And Aaron Niguez is now on 2 assists. It's looking like a good season for him. And could be the resurrection of a career for Iturbe. There's a ball in behind to Iturbe there. It's kind of pushed him out wide a little bit. Oh, and he's been tackled, but we get the throw in a very dangerous area here. Ascasibar. It's a good cross, and oh, the header is just wide, but we go in 2-0 at half time. We're absolutely dominating the first half at the moment. Completely. And we just need one more goal, and that will kill this game off well and truly. Turbo, Ascasiba, Jorge Mere passes through the lines brilliantly there. Fabrini wins that back. Iturbe, still Iturbe, Toshe. Oh, everybody getting in each other's way at the moment. Juan Carlos finds Fabrini, or not, and now Chumbi. Great name. We cannot lose to a team with a centre forward called Chumbi. I'm not having it at all. Niguez, good challenge. We're going to bring on Varela and Pruko for Niguez and Toshe just to see the game out now. Oh, it's great football. Pruko nearly scores with his first touch. Oh, great save from the goalkeeper there. It needed to be. Jorge Mere with a header to secure that 2-0 win. And it's a great start to business for Real Oviedo. No complaints there. Pretty much a dominant performance there. 6 shots, 4 on target, 2 goals. I'm pretty happy with that return. And of course, Aaron Niguez gets man of the match. 2 assists. And what a performance from him. This could be his breakout season, the youngster. Very promising. And there we have confirmation of that 2-0 victory there against Lorca FC. And that puts us in joint second place in the table. Let's try and keep this up for the second game of the season. Keep the pressure on. Okay, so we've managed to negotiate a deal with Gyortza, which I'm not going to complain about at all. Very good right back. He improves the quality across our back line. And he's young. He's improving. I'm more than happy to bring in Gyortza. Now, there is the temptation to bring in Rowland from our youth team. Young Welsh striker. Quite a good finisher. Good in the air as well, which is suited the way that we're playing. Good with both feet. Not the quickest, but you know, we're not particularly reliant on that with the players that we've got around him. Very consistent, injury resistant as well. I think he might be a good signing, to be honest. Game number 2, and there is our new man Gyortza, ready to make his debut at right back. The Oviedo fans welcome him with a great applause. Uh-oh, Gyortza has been caught in no man's land here. Oh, he's got away with that. We need to be sharper. Fault. Niguez. Niguez burns his man. Iturbe in the back post, couldn't quite get his head on it. Edgar Hernandez now trying to make things happen. It's a good pass. Very good pass to Ricardo Vaz. Iturbe tracking back very well there to deal with that. Oof. This team provided much more of a threat than our previous opposition, that's for certain. They're not going to give us an easy ride here. Fabrini. Good header out to Niguez. Fault. Fabrini. Fault again. Niguez. Oh. Turns his man inside out and wins us a throw-in. That's Kasiba. It's a poor pass from him. Oh, great tackle from Fulch. Not normally the defensive player in that midfield, but he does his job there. Toshe. Oh. And Iturbe wins that back excellently. They're lining up in the middle. Toshe gets there, and it is 1-0. The veteran striker pops up to give Oviedo the lead just after 30 minutes. And they love him around here. And that's all from that hard work from Iturbe, who's desperate to prove a point both here and on the world stage. And that is a fantastic cross and a brilliant static header. Oh, Niguez. Niguez with the strike. Oh, not too bad. If he'd managed to wrap his foot around that a little bit more, we might have seen an early contender for one of the goals of the season. Unfortunately, he just kind of sliced at it in the end. Fabrini. Toshe holds his man off. Great feet from him. Oh, what a brilliant second goal that is from Toshe. It was near anonymous in the first game. He's come back and announced himself to the manager. He's had a point to prove. He still has a part to play here in this team. What great footwork that was from him. Oh, what a goal. And that is the end of the first half. A very, very good performance from Oviedo. Reyes have they've been giving us problems. They haven't made it easy for us, but in the end, we come in at half time. 2 goals to the good. And as always, you feel like a third goal would be enough to see this game out. Great save. And now Iturbe. Still got it. Still running Iturbe. They can't catch him. Gets it, crosses it in, and it's a hat-trick for Toshe. The big man gets the third. And what a fantastic bit of running that was from Iturbe to make that happen. That goal was all him. He made that entirely possible with fantastic counter-attacking work there. From his own half, took on 2 defenders. They couldn't catch him. We spoke earlier about the pace advantage that we have over this team, and what a bullet of a header that was from Toshe. Oh, have a word. The defender and the goalkeeper stood absolutely no chance. Giotza can't quite do enough there to keep him out. Oh. And they pulled one back. And at 65 minutes, there is time for them to bring this game back level. It seems unlikely. This could just be a consolation goal, but it does make the game a bit more interesting now. And Giotza not having the glittering start to his career that we would have hoped. He's looked a bit out of sorts at right back this game. And that is a good header at the near post. And a good finish. That's Kasiba now. Toshe, could it be a fourth? Oh, it's a fantastic save. Aaron Niguez. Nothing there from the referee. He was body blocked. Ramon Fulch. That's Kasiba. Iturbe. Still going, and he's won us a free kick in a pretty decent area. Can anyone hit it from this range? Oh, the nutmeg was absolutely cheeky there. Iturbe is going to be the man to stand over this. Oh, forces a corner. And there we go. It finishes at 3-1. And the hat-trick from Toshe will win him the match ball. There we go. We see him with that, celebrating with his teammates. And there we go. A closer game than the previous one, but one that we definitely deserved to win in the end. We were just more clinical in the final third. And there we are in second place in the table after that 3-1 victory. It's only goals scored that are keeping us away from that peak. Cultural Leonese are holding on to that right now. Right then, that's it for this episode of the Real Oviedo Master League, but don't click away yet. There is an interactive poll waiting for you all, so stick around until the end of the video to figure out how you, the fans, can shape the series going forward. After all, Oviedo is the club owned by fans, and that is the way we're going to run this series. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, drop some comments down below, and don't forget to vote in the poll at the end of the video. And until next time, take care, peace. This fan choice is as follows. We're getting to the end of the transfer window and we've got a serious decision to make. Now we've got Toshe, who is the club legend, the club hero right now, the club captain of course, and he has just scored a hat-trick in the last game. However, he's aging a fair bit and probably won't be in the team past this season. We could get rid of him, we could release him or sell him and add quite a large chunk to the wage bill, which would allow us to bring in some other players. One of those being a striker named Zivkovic, who is considerably younger, very, very talented and incredibly promising. Now, the choice is with you. This is the club run by the fans. Do you want to take a chance on this new striker, Zivkovic, who is big, tall, strong, and a very good finisher? Or do you want to give a last hurrah to Toshe and keep him on board for another season? Let me know. There is a poll in the top right corner of the screen right now. You guys have the power.